All right, let's go ahead and move on to number 13. 13 is nice because it's using our other theorem, which I'm going to move over here, where that if you have two tangent lines that have the same endpoint, so P is the endpoint, those tangent lines are actually going to be congruent. So notice our two tangent lines share the same endpoint, therefore our tangent lines are congruent. So we can just go ahead and say 3x plus 10 equals 7x minus 6. So, and then just solve, because we're looking for x. So I'll add 6. So I got 3x plus 16 equals 7x. Then I'll subtract 3x. So 16 equals 4x. And then divide by 4. And you get x is equal to positive 4. Done. Super fun. Okay, so then we're going to use kind of that same idea. Let me zoom out a bit so we can see it better. But then we're going to go ahead and use that same idea to find the perimeter, or not to find the perimeter, but to find the length of bx, that's what we're looking for, of this. Okay, now here's the deal. Using our theorem I just showed you, this tangent line bx will actually be congruent to the tangent line by. So both of those are congruent, they're equal. Then we also know that these two, ax and az, will also be congruent to each other, meaning this will be 8 inches right here. And then our last two, cz and segment cy, will also be congruent, so this is 5 inches right here. Okay. Well, I don't know what these two are, so I'm going to call them, let's do w. It seems like a fun variable. But we do know the perimeter is 40 inches. Okay, perimeter. Remember, perimeter is all the side lengths added together. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add all the side lengths. Now I've got w plus w, and we're doing this. Notice this is a triangle we're using, inscribed, so it's inside the circle. So we've got w plus w, and then 5 plus 5. So there's 2 of those 5s, and then there's the 8 plus 8. All that should equal 40. Now we could have simplified this by actually saying, well, since there's 2 of the w's, 2w plus 2 times 5 plus 2 times 8 equals 40. So you could have written it that way at first. But regardless, when you combine like terms, so 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 8 is 16, so we get 26. Well, then we just go ahead and subtract the 26 from both sides. So 2w is equal to 24. Nope. I had a moment. I was like, that does not sound right, and it didn't. 14. Let's try that again. So from there, then we just go ahead and divide by 2. And we get that w is equal to 7 inches. And there you go. So from there, we can go ahead and do our next 2 problems. They're very similar to that one, except now we're doing a polygon that is circumscribed. That just means it's on the edge of a circle. A circle being inscribed means the circle is inside the triangle. So this time we're just trying to find perimeter. So, and it looks like I had written stuff here before. I need to erase that. So you just need to know which sides match where. So these two should be the same, so that's 19 centimeters. These two right here are the same, so they're 36. These two right here are the same, so this one's 16. And then these two should be the same, so this is 14. So to find the perimeter, you just have to add all that together. So I have 2 that are 19, so I've got 2 times 19 plus, we've got 2 sides that are 36, so 2 times 36 plus, let's switch over to blue. We've got our 216, so 2 times 16. And then our last one, 14. So 2 of those sides that are a side length of 14. From there, we just need to just put that into my calculator and we're good to go. So let me do that really quick. So I get 170 and we are going to put our units of centimeters. Sweet. That was fun. Okay, let's do our challenge problem now. Number 16 is a little harder. Not much though. So number 16, notice how a lot of these sides are the full length. They're not just the tangent segment. So there's only one spot where the tangent segment is indicated, and that's right here. So that's what we have to start out with, because that tangent segment must be the same as this one. So this right here should also be 19 feet. Now if the whole length is 26, then this length, you just subtract 19 from 26, and you get that this length should be 7. So notice 19 plus 7 gives you 26. Okay, you could have found that by just subtracting the 19 to get that 7. Okay, well now that we have that length, we also know this length is 7. Okay, which if that length is 7, well, these two should be the same. And let's switch over to blue. So the whole length right here is 14, but this little section is 7. So this other section should also be 7. And then this one's 7 right there. And then our last two, if the whole length right here is 17, and this little section right here is 7, this section right there, then the little segment over here should be 10, because you just subtract them. And then this is 10. So, looks a little messy. Let me highlight the numbers that are most important. Let me erase some stuff though and that aren't as important. That way we know exactly what we are adding together. So we're just going to add all these segments together. I'm not going to include any of the long ones because that way I just don't accidentally mess up some numbers. Really, actually, let's actually not do that. That was just to get us over there. I changed my mind. Because these numbers are so crazy looking, let's erase them. We just use those numbers all the way around to get to these last two anyway, or this last one right here, because we just needed that one. So let's go ahead and just add everything up. So we've got 17 right here, plus the 10, plus the 19, plus the 26, plus the 14. And we'll add all of that together. 17 plus, I should probably type 17. 17 plus 10 plus 19 plus 26 plus 14. That gives me a grand total of 86, and then make sure you use the units, feet.